Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering. Off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler video series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. Thankfully, it's not crazy hot out today. It's still a little warmer than I'd like, but we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, sadly, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That is not the case today, though. I've actually had this item in my fridge for a little bit, to the extent where I finally was like, I ought to drink that sooner rather than later, given the nature of what it is. So what is it? Happens to be, boom, from Live Soda. This is their live, organic, living soda, their fountain cola flavor. So yeah, it's a classic cola with a slight spiciness and a smooth vanilla finish. And it's got both pre, pro, and postbiotics. I think this is the first one I've ever had with 3. Pre and pro, sure, but postbiotics, damn. Introducing native, our signature blend of okay, so yeah. It's organic, it's got raw, non-GMO, no artificial, yeah, cool, I guess. Let's get a thing for a thing. It looks like this. We'll just go, ha 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 ha. Yes, I guess. Sure, man. I've reviewed plenty of, sort of alternative, prebiotic, organic, what the hell ever sodas. And like I said, I picked this one up a few weeks ago, and I was like, I don't know what happens to that stuff if I leave it for too long. But it's probably not good to drink at a certain point, so. Oh no! That smells weird. Not, off weird, but not, soda weird. That'll put some hair on your chest. Alright! Wow, this is interesting. When it comes to, these, especially, the prebiotic, probiotic shit, which, by the way, I personally don't give 2 shits and a fuck about. I'm just here to tell you about the taste. A lot of what you're trying to do is make it not taste like medicine, right? Because that stuff makes it taste basically like medicine. And I do feel like companies have gotten a lot better with it. Hell, the Slice brand, they went over there and brought that back as a prebiotic, probiotic fucking soda. I reviewed those flavors. Pretty dang good for what they are. This one, it's doing some stuff. But let's give it a second sip. Okay. Second sip, not as bad. And that's something I've learned from doing these reviews when it comes to sodas and drinks and stuff. You always got to take a second sip. Because if you just start talking about the first sip, that first sip is always either the best or worst. Because all the flavors have had time to settle and, kind of build up in that sort of top layer. Second is definitely better than the first because it's more balanced. The first sip was a whole lot of weird stuff. It had a cola flavor, then it had a medicine-y flavor, then it got real weird, and then eventually it had a weird vanilla flavor at the end. This was more a combination of the flavors. It still sort of had a sequence to the flavors, but nowhere near as extreme. Because honestly, the initial hit ain't half bad. It actually tastes, not like a name cola, not like a proper your Cokes and your Pepsis, but it tastes kind of like an off-brand cola, maybe an independent brewery or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But it has a decent cola taste to it. And then, yeah, there is definitely like a vanilla backing to it, which is actually kind of cool. I mean, I personally love vanilla Coke. I don't drink it a lot because I don't want to die before I'm 50. But I do like it. And I think for this, it's not that. I don't want to make it seem like it's vanilla Coke flavored. But like the fact that they use that vanilla to not only help kind of back the cola flavor, give it a little something extra, I like that. And I think it does a pretty good job of hiding some of that, again, sort of medicine-y flavor. It is still there, though. You can still taste it. It doesn't taste like a normal cola. But, see, right there. It takes on like this sort of tanginess. And again, it's mostly masked, to its credit. But the fact that it has that little something something there, it's like, you're not quite right. There's almost like kind of a mild fruitiness to it too, which is kind of cool. So you got like the cola flavor, the vanilla flavor, and again, sort of I'm guessing that's more to sort of mask the prebiotic, probiotic shit. But honestly, this isn't half bad. Like, I've had way worse alternative sodas. In fact, I did an alternative soda special where I went over there and I tried out 5 alternative root beers. If you want, you can check that review out. It's already uploaded. And some of those were just garbage bad. This, for what it is, not half bad, actually. Like, I can kind of get down with this. It's just got that weird tanginess. If it didn't have that, I would almost say it tastes kind of like a diet soda. But okay. Yeah, I mean, I can jam with this. I like the way it drinks, too. It doesn't drink like a bullshit watered down soda. Like, it has some, it has some teeth to it. I personally like a little bit more carbonation. I like a little bite, but it's not to say that it's poorly carbonated. Again, drinks nicely. 2 questions have to be asked, though. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Maybe and sure. Like, here's the thing for me. I don't typically drink alternative sodas all that often. I do it for the reviews. That's kind of what I do. It's content for me, plus I get to, give you guys some input so that you can figure out whether or not it's going to work for you. My day-to-day stuff, if I'm going to drink a soda, I usually just drink a normal fucking soda. If I drink an alternative soda, it's usually because it's like maybe an interesting flavor, like the banana cream pie soda from, is it Poppy? No, not Poppy. What's the other one? Olipop, I think. I reviewed that, by the way. You can look up that review if you're interested. Something like that. I don't really need this because cola already exists, but I will say, I will give them a lot of credit for doing a pretty damn good job of keeping that medicine-y taste down and for creating a soda that has personality. Like, personality goes a long way for me. I might not even like your product all that much, but at the very least, if it feels like there was intention behind it, I'm usually willing to give it a little something extra. And I do feel like there was intention and actual thought put into this, and I think that the flavors work. So, while I'm probably not going to go out and get it again anytime soon, maybe, because I do like what it offers, and it is an interesting cola. Now, if I'm recommending it, it becomes the question of who am I recommending it to? Am I recommending it to people like me, who realistically are just drinking normal soda for the most part, but maybe want an occasional secondary option, or in my case, probably like third or fourth option if we're being realistic, to those people? If you're somebody who's going over there, maybe you're trying to like transition away from the conventional sodas, okay, this isn't a terrible one to start with. It's not the best one I've ever had to start with, but it's not bad. You could do way worse. I think this, again, does a pretty good job of being a soda, more than it is all the prebiotic, all that shit. So, now, if you're somebody who's already into the prebiotic scene, all that shit and everything, I mean, you probably already have your personal favorites, but I will say, when I think of the prebiotic alternative sodas, again, you think like Olipop and Poppy, some of the bigger ones. Live is one of those ones that I feel like has been around for a little bit. I could be wrong, but I think it's been around for a little bit. And I feel like they've got some decent stuff, so maybe give them a shot. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there and have themselves a truly live-tastic rest of your life. Because, if you're not live, then you're dead, and it's pretty hard to have anything going on at that point. I mean, maybe spirit realm, blah, 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 blah. Maybe it's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where we all get trapped in the shadow realm. I don't know. I don't claim to know. Final 2 things. Number 1, there's got to be an actual religion based around Yu-Gi-Oh!, right? By now? Yeah, there's no way there isn't. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. When we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks. Do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's a question for you. Have you ever tried live soda? And if so, am I right in my assumption/assertion that it's been around for a while? Because I want to say the first time I ever had like a prebiotic, probiotic soda, it was live. And it was a long time. Well, long is relative, but like it was probably about like at least 5 years ago. And it was definitely before I remember seeing Poppy or Olipop or anything. So, but anyway.